Welcome to a new video on the Geekanoids channel. This is an Ask Me Anything Q&A session and also an update video as well. I've got lots and lots of updates for you, so please do stick around for the whole broadcast. It's going to be a really fun one. I want to take a more relaxed approach to the Ask Me Anythings and the Q&As as well, because I just think they're more enjoyable, both for me to actually do, but also for you to take part in as well. So if you've got any questions at all, then please do leave them in the live chat. And if you want to do a super chat, that will highlight your question or comment as well. So big thank you to everyone who's tuned in. The first people in the live chat room are Best Tech LJL and Sagar Patil, and also Survival Madness. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I really do appreciate it. All of you who are watching, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do that. And also, if you can share a link to this live broadcast on Twitter, Facebook or Google+, if anyone still uses Google+, then please do, because the more the merrier in these live broadcasts, and I've got plenty of updates for you first. So let's start with the first update, and then I'll come back to take some questions in the live chat there. So the first update is regarding my Xbox One X. If you watch my videos regularly, you'll see that I finally, after much deliberation and much delay, purely because I was busy really, I got an Xbox One X in. I did an unboxing on this very channel, and I ordered some accessories to go alongside the Xbox One X, and I've got a few to share with you today. The first one is probably redundant now. I'm probably not going to use these, but they will come in useful for other things, because I've got lots of things like microphones, LED lights, etc. that run off of AA batteries. But I intended to use these in my Xbox controllers because I couldn't find any of the play and charge kits in stock locally. A lot of you tweeted me out after I mentioned that, and tweeted to me various shops that had them in stock, but none of them were that local, and I couldn't really drive across to one of them, which was a little bit nearer. But this was going to be my solution, Eneloop Pro Batteries. I've used these before, not the Pro version though, and these have got a 2500 milliamp hour capacity, so I was going to use these inside the wireless controllers, but alas, I found something better, a better solution, so I used these for something else. What I found to replace that, and these were not in stock or on the game website when I did my search. Believe me, I searched, and I'm good at Googling, as most of us are nowadays. I searched for play and charge kits, mainly the official Xbox one, but lots of third-party ones came up in my search. And then I did a search after doing that broadcast, so I thought I'd have one last look. And this came up in the search. Game do their own play and charge kit. How cool is that? So it's a very, very simple solution, rechargeable battery and a USB cable. But these were on offer as well, and I haven't seen them on the game website. Maybe their search engine wasn't working properly. But basically it's just the battery. Let me get one, I've got one over here. It's just the rechargeable battery, so it looks like that. A little bit of a pattern to it. Goes inside the Xbox One wireless controller. And then we've got a USB to micro USB cable to charge it. And I believe that this end here has actually got a little light up portion as well, so whilst it's charging it lights up. Now this remains inside the controller. I wanted this instead of having an external option, because some batteries come with their own back covers. Well, I plan to get a custom controller next year, so I wanted something that fitted inside underneath the cover that came with the controller. So I found these. I picked up 2 in total, and I'm really pleased that I did. Now the other thing that I also wanted to get hold of was a vertical stand, and this is what I went for. This is the vertical stand. It's by Keten. All of these things that I'm showing you, by the way, with the exception of the play and charge kit, I think are linked down in the video description. Now you can get an official Xbox One X vertical stand. That was out of stock, but this got really good reviews, and it is very, very good indeed. It's such a simple device, but this Keten one that I picked up, again, check out the link down below, is really well made. And what I like about this one over and above the other ones that are available is it's got ventilation holes in the bottom, so that aids with sort of heat dissipation. It's also got the little tabs sticking up here and the relevant cutouts, so the Xbox One X fits perfectly in it. And then we've also got these little rubberized feet on the bottom, and I've tried this on the stand. I'm actually putting this underneath a speaker stand in the studio so that when I come to do my gaming videos next year, once I've got all the streaming sorted out, it all looks nice and neat. And we've got the ventilation, so it's just a really well made stand, and it matches the colour nicely and the finish. So that's really important as well, because it's like a seamless design once this is installed. So really highly recommended. This is a very, very good stand. I've already had that installed. I just grabbed it from underneath the Xbox One X so I could share that with you in this video. And then the last update is not to do with the Xbox One X, but something else I picked up. I've got some phones coming in over the next few months that support wireless charging, and I wanted to check this out. So this is the Mophie wireless charging base, and I picked this up and I bought it from the Apple Store. Very, very good charger, very simple. I've got other wireless chargers dotted around. This one comes with its own power supply, so it doesn't work off of micro USB, and it's got a 3-pin UK plug, little connector this end, and then the charging base has got like a rubberized pad on the bottom and also a ring of rubber here as well, so that it doesn't scratch the phone when you lay the phone on top of it. So I just think it's a nice, neat solution, and I'll be using that in my videos next year, so it probably won't appear again in another video very soon, but you will see it in certain videos over the coming months. So that's it with the updates. Now we're going to move on to take some questions. I've also got a little update for you. I know you get bored of me talking about this, but I've got an update for you on the OnePlus 5T, and also an update on this phone as well. I'll talk about that very shortly, because the OnePlus 5T is going in the draw for a week, so stay tuned and I will reveal all. A lot of you asking, as anticipated, what happened with the iPhone 10. I did a live broadcast that wasn't planned yesterday, but something crazy happened. Watch that video. I'm not going to go back over the old story. If you want to know why an iPhone 10, or what happened when the iPhone 10 arrived, then do watch that video from yesterday. If you want to catch up on exactly what has been revealed in the mystery, I did so much investigation, which I needn't have done. I actually revealed where that iPhone 10 came from in my Instagram story. But to let you know, I am in the doghouse. I shouldn't have opened the box. I do know who sent it, and it was meant to be a Christmas gift. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm not a very popular person at the moment, but it was understandable. You know, it was understandable why that mistake was made. But if you want to check out exactly why, then do head on over to my Instagram. I am Geekanoids on Instagram as well, and you can check out that story there. So let's have a look for any more questions. Sagar says, seriously, we can ask you anything to you. Yes, and as long as it's appropriate and family friendly, then I will try and answer the question. I don't guarantee to answer it, but I will try. Survival Madness, what's your daily phone? Well, let's move on to this little update. Up until today, this is my daily driver. This is the OnePlus 5T, but this is going in the draw for a week. Now, I'm going to miss it because I've been really enjoying my time with this. I absolutely love the case, love the screen, love the battery life, camera quality. I've been asked this a lot. How does the camera compare to something like an iPhone 8, iPhone 8 Plus, iPhone 7 Plus, iPhone 10, Samsung Galaxy Note 8, Pixel 2, Pixel 2 XL, all of the current range of flagship smartphones? And I would say comparing this to something like an iPhone 8 and a Pixel 2, which have probably got the best cameras available on a smartphone at the moment, this is probably, if that was 100%, let's just say it was 100%, this is probably around about 92%, something like that. So very, very good camera, 8GB of RAM, just a super performing smartphone. The reason this is going in a draw for a week is because I'm going to be doing a video about this. This is the Asus Zenfone 4. What a beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous phone. Just really nicely designed. Now, I don't know the specifications to tell you about it in this very video because I haven't researched that yet. It only arrived just yesterday, and then of course all the files that editing produced gets uploaded to the cloud, so that was why there was a little bit of a glitch there in the stream. We've got Survival Madness. In a nutshell, is it worth me buying a OnePlus 5T for after Christmas? If you're in the market for an upgrade, then I certainly think it is worth considering. The OnePlus 5T for me has been a really good introduction to Android. The only thing that I think possibly might beat it is the HTC U11 Plus, but I haven't got that into review yet. So if you want to hang around for that for my review, it might have a little bit of a wait because it seems like it's been delayed. But if you want something that's really good, and I can really recommend it, it's been a very, very enjoyable experience, then go for it. If you're in the market for an upgrade, it is well worth checking out. Ryan Barkley, what's your opinion on the Dodgy slide screen? Dodgy slide? Dodgy slide? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure what... I know Dodgy makes smartphones. I haven't reviewed the Dodgy Slide, if that is a new smartphone that I've missed. It hasn't been on my radar. If you let me know what it is, Ryan, in the chat again, then I'll try and give you some sort of opinion. But if it's something I haven't reviewed, then I certainly couldn't really comment too seriously on it. Braveheart84, hi, can you use some of the Xbox One charge cables on some Android phones? Well, it looks like a standard micro USB cable. So I would assume that you can use this to charge a smartphone. And if you do, it will probably still light up. As long as there's current going through, the little LED on the end would probably light up. And it's a really long cable. I think it's a 3-meter long cable. So I would imagine that you probably could. Raymond Moore, what games have you tried on the Xbox One X? I haven't really tried many at the moment. I tried a few that were available just to download for free, part of the Xbox Live membership, but I've just been so busy that I haven't had a chance to really sit down and play anything. I've got the new South Park game coming in. I also plan to do a bit of PUBG over Christmas, and also some sort of family games as well. I think there's like a party game, Jack Party or something. I'm probably going to get that in and play that over Christmas with other members of the family, because I don't like isolating myself from other members of the family when the main sort of screen's on. I like to spend time actually enjoying family time. That's why we play board games at Christmas. So, but there will be obviously more talk from me about what games I'm playing on the Xbox One X in the new year, most definitely. Abdul Aziz, could you please tell us what is your main apps for Android? Well, my main apps on here have been obviously Instagram, also Pocket Cast, which I use for podcasts. Also, I use Flamingo for Twitter. And then let's have a look in some of these folders. I've got some utilities here like Dropbox, Memory Zone, Authy, also Authenticator, Amazon Seller, also 1Password, which I use for storing all of my passwords, Adobe Fill and Sign, which I use for signing PDFs. So they're sort of the main ones. The rest are sort of social media apps, but they're the main ones that are installed. I've also got things like Viber, WeChat as well, Snapseed, Fitbit, the Xbox app, which I installed. Also Microsoft Edge. I've been really enjoying the Microsoft Edge browser, so that's definitely one to check out as well. So that's a good recommendation actually. I was pleasantly surprised with the speed of that. Ryan Barkley, goals for 2018 on the channel. More sort of interaction. That's what I'm trying to think. I'm doing a lot of brainstorming recently, and I love doing these Q&A sessions because you get to take part and you always ask really good questions. So that's good, but I want more. I want more sort of interaction. So maybe I'm going to try, this is me thinking out loud here, I'm going to try maybe to incorporate some sort of video calls where you could call in while I'm broadcasting, rather than just audio calls, which are okay. I'd like to be able to get some of you on the channel. I don't know how I'm going to do that because the software I found that does that is Windows only, and I stream using the Mac Pro. But if I don't do that sort of video calling, just some way of getting more interaction with you, because I think that drives the community feel of the channel, and that's what this was built on. Geekanoids is for you. You know, it's I started the channel so that I could share my knowledge and passion for technology, and hopefully make it easier for viewers to make an informed buying decision on their next smartphone, their next computer, their next microphone, etc. So if I can expand on that, then I would really like to do that for 2018. Techzilla, with your money, what would be your only phone if you would buy, if you could only have one? If I could only have one at the moment, it would definitely be the OnePlus 5T. 100%. 100%. If I could only have one, it would be this. I still got my sights on the horizon at other things. As I mentioned in previous broadcasts, and indeed in this video, the HTC U11 Plus is definitely on my radar. But for me, I would buy this. In fact, I had a good friend of mine ask me that today, and I would buy two. You know, he said, well, the iPhone 10, £1,000, you know, you could really buy two of these. And I thought, well, yeah, you could buy one of these for yourself, one for another member of the family. I would buy the OnePlus 5T if I was spending my money on a smartphone today. I think it offers up exceptional value for money. Really good question as well. Brilliant question. And I saw a question here from Stuart Prince. Any news on the rumoured GH5S, Dave? I think that announcement is due on the 18th of November. December, sorry. 18th of December. Or am I mistaken? Was it slipped to January? There's been lots of rumours about the GH5. Apparently a 10 megapixel sensor, so really good in low light. It's also capable of doing slow-mo in 1080 and 4K 60, of course. It's going to be a really interesting camera because it's going to be really focused in on video. Hopefully they'll have sorted out the autofocus on the GH5S. It's going to be really exciting. The unexpected, is the OnePlus 5T available on contract with other mobile networks bar O2? No, it's O2 only. It's an O2 exclusive. You can buy it as a pay-as-you-go from O2, and it does come unlocked. So that's not an official answer, by the way, but from experience, if you buy one from O2, it will be unlocked, so you can put another network SIM in it, or of course you can buy one direct from OnePlus. In fact, after this broadcast is finished, I will put a link down in the video description there where you can pick one up using my link, and you also get an extra £20 voucher to spend on accessories. You could pick up a case or a screen protector, something like that. So please do check out that link. But it is an O2 exclusive if you're looking for it on contract. Tim Bates, what do you think about Chromebooks now they run Android apps? I think it's a really good move. I think a lot of people will find that very useful. The Pixelbook from Google, I don't think it was a runaway success, but I certainly think it has got its place, has got its use case scenarios. Other Chromebooks as well can, of course, run Android apps, and I think being able to get that desktop experience on an Android app is very useful for some people and in some scenarios. For me, probably not of interest. We've also got Ryan Barkley, do you like Anchor Radio? Yes, I do have a podcast on Anchor Radio. I did it quite regularly and then dropped off because I got so busy. Really good service. I do like the Anchor Radio app. Harry K. Dave, watching this from the CAF but can't hear it because I don't have earphones. But did you find the person who sent the iPhone 10? Yes, check out my Instagram story. That reveals what happened. And it ended up okay, although not a very popular thing that I did, but it has ended up okay. I saw a question here about cameras, which I obviously like. Raymond Moore. Dave, is the quality of picture taken on today's smartphone on par with compact digital cameras like the Canon G7X Mark II and the Sony RX100 series? It's very close. The quality is close, but it is noticeable. If you've got not a compact camera with a really small sensor, but the two that you mentioned, or any compact camera with a 1-inch sensor or larger, and of course we have also got Canon compact cameras now with APS-C size sensors. I think it's the G1X Mark II, which has got an even bigger sensor. You can still notice the difference, in my opinion. Crispness, like amount of detail in the photo, dynamic range, tonality, I think you can still notice. But a lot of people are happy with what their smartphones produce, and a lot of people can't tell the difference as well, but I certainly can. S. Baggins, Dave's, what's on your Christmas wish list? Nothing material, really and truthfully. I've got nothing that I want for Christmas other than family, being home, spending time with them, catching up, great fun, board games, because I love playing board games, and good food. So just a good family fun time, spending time with the ones that you love. That's what's on my Christmas wish list. I'm not really a materialistic person. Of course we still have gifts. I like the gift giving. I like seeing the expression on other people's faces when they open up the present. That's what I like, is their excitement and their happiness. If a gift giving is the thing that I like to. I always say, don't give to receive, give to give, or give to receive a really nice smile. You know, that's what I really think. It's just a really good family time. Ryan Barkley, any plans for Geekanoids merchandise like a t-shirt? I did Geekanoids t-shirts twice before. One time they were just like applied sort of designs, like ironed on, but professionally done with a heat press and everything. And I think about 3 or 4 people bought them. Then I did really cool looking ones with another company, which were like the football shirts. And again, I think about half a dozen people bought them, and I probably wouldn't do them again, unfortunately, because people like the idea of buying them, but when you actually put the effort in to produce them, once you factor in sort of shipping costs, manufacturer costs, stock, etc., it's not really viable. It's not really viable. I might do them again in the future if there was enough people that wanted them. Abdul Aziz, what is your favourite brand for power bank? I would probably say that it would be either Anker or Orki. They're pretty much the same. Probably Anker. Rav Power do good ones as well. So there's no specific brand, but I think Anker do some really good ones actually. And most of the power banks I personally use are Anker. Phone Daft, sorry, I actually made it to a live broadcast. Awesome. You're very interactive in the comments. I do remember you. Thank you very, very much for tuning in to the live broadcast. Jin37 UK, do you root your Android phones or use exposed? No, I don't. Not at all. Techzilla, Dave, you're tempting me so much to buy the OnePlus 5T. I've already got the OnePlus 5. That's the only thing holding me back. Yeah, there's very little well, there is some notable differences, but very little difference in the actual performance of the two. It's a difficult call. Gorgeous screen on the 5T though. I'm trying to tempt you again. No, it is a really nice screen. Sagar Patil, in how many different cryptocurrency did you invest? What a subject to bring up. I did a talk about this in one of my live broadcasts about a week ago. How I would have been so rich if back in the day when they were about $2 and something, I had bought 1,000, what are they called? What are they called? I don't want to even say the word. 2,000 I could have bought, or 1,000 Bitcoins. I'd have bought like $2,000 worth. And I chose Quarkcoin instead. And I don't want to be reminded about it. I'm so sad. So sad. Braveheart84. Hi Dave, do you use tablets? What's your favourite tablet? I use an iPad Pro. I still use my iPad Pro, although iOS 11 still frustrates me so much. It really does. Survival Madness. Wait, so I can buy it and use it on Tesco Mobile. If you're referring to the OnePlus 5T, you can buy it and use it on any network. Any network at all. Techzilla, being a YouTube reviewer, do you feel that in the UK we have a very different view of phones compared to consumers in the USA? I find on my channel it's very different because of costs, etc. I don't know. I think it's because maybe USA based users watch mainly the USA reviewers, and I don't really see a lot of opinion coming from some of the channels that review smartphones. That's why I sort of changed the way I do things so that I can really use the phone for a week, because I was so rushed before with the pre-recorded videos and I didn't enjoy doing it that way. So I like to use the phone properly for at least a week if I can, and then share it with you in a live broadcast now, because then you get to ask me questions for things that I might forget to cover. I can cover all the main things in a review, like the camera, battery life, screen, how it feels in the hand, etc. But there are some things that are important to you. So I think doing them live is a really good way of doing a very thorough review, and you're getting a really honest opinion of how I found using it on a day-to-day basis. With regards to consumers in the USA, I think there may be maybe they are tempted to buy a certain smartphone because of the videos they watch, and maybe they're only seeing positive things about smartphones. I'm really not sure, but certainly the costs, you mentioned cost. Don't forget, and I get this question a lot, and there is a disparity between USA pricing and UK pricing. So when a phone comes over here, and Apple are probably the worst culprits of this, because I think with the iPhone 10, I think we pay pound for dollar, so it's $999 and we pay £999. But what you've got to remember is there is costs in bringing phones over to other countries. The $999, as far as I know, doesn't include sales tax. So I think you'll pay up to about sort of 7 or 8% in addition to that. And then in the UK, you've got to remember that our £999 includes 20%, yes, 20% value added tax. I've got no idea where they got the term value from, because I don't think it is a value added tax. I think it's a very expensive tax. But that 20%, once you take that off, and again, that isn't Apple's fault that we pay 20%. That's just what we pay in the UK. So once you take that off, then that difference in the pricing seems to disappear. And a lot of people forget that. So the USA price doesn't include their local sales tax. And some states do have 0%. There are a few states, I think Delaware, I think, is one of them. But so you've got that sales tax in the United States, and then ours includes it. So do take that into account. Other questions, loads of questions. Really good to see so many questions here. We've also got Alan McQuell asking, how is the OnePlus 5T when you take a picture when you're in motion? Thinking of taking a trip soon, and I'm planning to take pictures from those tour buses. It's not bad, it's not fantastic, but most smartphones, when you're moving, don't have that faster shutter speed, so you'll find that you do get some sort of blur movement if you're moving really fast. But if you pan as you're taking the photo, you can still take decent photos on the OnePlus 5T, but don't expect miracles. It's going to perform on par with other smartphones. What other questions have we got? Warmar looking for that OnePlus link. I'll tell you what I'll do. I will put it in the chat whilst we're speaking. So with this link that I'm about to put into the live chat, I'll also put it underneath the video as well. This basically sends you to the OnePlus website where you can buy an unlocked SIM-free OnePlus 5T, and then you also get a free £20 voucher, or in other countries you get the equivalent in the local currency, and you get that you can then spend against a case or an accessory. So it saves you sort of £20 or $20 off the price. Amar Nam, hey Dave, will you be looking at the Honor devices anytime soon? I certainly hope so. I have reached out to them, and I hope to do a review on the new Honor 7X and Honor View 10 in the near future. Harry K saying, I find at the end of the day I've got about 40% battery left on the OnePlus 5T. I'm finding about the same, between 30 and 40% I'm having at the end of the day. So really good battery life on the OnePlus 5T. Lots of people coming in late on this broadcast asking about what happened with the mystery iPhone 10. The update is on my Instagram story. It's all in the clear. I shouldn't have opened the box. It was purchased by somebody that I know, and I'm not very popular because it was meant to be a Christmas gift. That's all I'm saying. But you can find that update over on my Instagram story. Adam Blackman Photography, hello to you Adam, thanks for tuning in. Tech predictions for 2018, what are we expecting, what are you hoping to see? What should we keep an eye out for? I think augmented reality, not virtual reality, but augmented reality is going to increase in popularity next year. I've been seeing some really good things about that. I'm also hoping to have some really cool products to do with augmented reality come in so that I can review them. And probably I think we're going to see a lot of smartphone companies now thinking outside of the box and trying to give us some very useful new technology, including artificial intelligence, improved cameras, and hopefully improved battery technology as well in the new smartphones next year. So plenty happening, and that's just two things that I've sort of touched on. With regards to cameras, I think we're at that plateau now where not a lot can happen with cameras. That's obviously another interest of mine. other than improved low light capability. Ryan Barkley, BBC Apprentice final 2 thoughts. BBC Apprentice in the UK, it was the final the other day. I think I enjoy the interviews the most. Sorry, it wasn't the final, it was the interview process. The final is at the end of the week. And it came down to the final 2 contestants for the final at the latter part of this week. And the interviews, I think, is my favourite bit. I really enjoy them. The build up to them, I don't enjoy the beginning of The Apprentice because I think it's very silly. Lots of silly things going on. I like it when there's fewer contestants towards the end. The final 2, I think that they and I can't remember their names, but the man or the gentleman that's left in, I think is the right choice. The lady that's left in, I think that they should have chosen the one who wore the big glasses with the strong accent. I'm so bad with names. I think she should have been left in. Even though she had multiple other businesses, I think she would have been a very, very successful partnership for Alan Sugar, and I think she probably should have won, depending upon how she performed in the final task. But yeah, great show. I really do love it. Really do like it. Alan McQuell says, I finally ordered my OnePlus 5T along with a case today using your code. Thank you very much. So thanks a lot for that. Awesome. Well, I hope when it arrives, I truly hope you enjoy it. Based on my experience, I think that you will. I really do think that you will. Warcane Warmore says, from the USA, that link says, uh-oh, Bitly couldn't find the link for the Bitly URL you clicked. That's really strange. Very strange. Let me put, let me just do this again. That's very strange. Let's have a look in here. I'm going to put another link in the chat for you just to see if this one works. I'd be really interested if it does, because the OnePlus 5T really is a very, very good phone. That's why I've been pushing it so hard. People are getting a little bit annoyed with me, like pushing it so much, but it is really worthwhile. Here we go. Let's try this link for you. There we go. Try that link. That may well work as well. I'll put that into the video description. So hopefully that link will work for you. Just for those of you tuning in late, that link so that you can pick up a £20 or $20 voucher along with your OnePlus 5T order. I know it works in other countries because I've had people contact me and say it does. There is no code system. It is purely via that link. Oh, thank you very much. You've confirmed that does work. Really very good of you. I do appreciate you using my link. It gets you $20 of accessories or £20 of accessories, and it earns me about 100 points, which I can then use against accessories as well. So I do appreciate it. Andrew Walker, hi Dave. What do you use to back up your OnePlus now you haven't got iCloud? This is the only thing putting me off switching from iOS. I use Google Photos for my photos. I use OneDrive for any sort of documents and things, and for backing up the device I've got it set to automatically back up to my Google account, so the actual phone's backed up as well, and then all of your contacts are backed up to OneDrive automatically. As far as I know, they're backed up automatically, so that's what I use at the moment. I've got no worries at all. And Google Photos, if you choose the reduced quality, so it's slightly lower resolution photo backup, actually gives you unlimited photo upload. So a really good system, and it works well for me. Works every bit as well as using iPhoto, or the Photos app as it's known now on Mac. That is pretty much it. Oh, the unexpected. We'll do one more question. The unexpected, in your opinion, which is the better in terms of studio mic, the Rode NT1A or the newer NT1? They're very, very similar sounding. Very similar sounding. I would go with whichever you can get the cheapest price on. I don't think you'll notice any discernible difference in audio quality unless you're doing really, really high-end studio stuff, which I couldn't comment on. my ears aren't good enough to hear the difference between those two particular mics. So that is pretty much it. That is it for this live broadcast. Apologies if I didn't answer all of your questions. I answered as many as I could, but thank you very, very much to everyone who tuned into the live broadcast. Please do stay tuned to the Geekanoids channel next week. I've got some really interesting live broadcasts lined up, including I'll be giving you some updates on the Zenfone 4 next week as well. Not my full review, but I'll be giving you some updates as I'm using it. And I just want to wish you all a really happy weekend. Have a fantastic weekend wherever you are, and I shall see you all in the next one.